on a Thursday morning, and I'm at the Boston University in the art building, I'll call it, because this is where we are, and students create a lot of beautiful art for their projects. And I'll just give you a quick look of the room. This is the room. It's very big, and it has to be big because students do these big paintings and big things that hang. And over here, we have something here that was created, a piece of art, and on the wall, art. That's art. Okay. So, as a card provider working with stenography skills, I work with students at different colleges and universities, providing communication access real time. Yes, I am fiddling around with my hair. I don't like the way it looks right there. Much better, much better. So I'm here, about to set up my equipment, and I thought I would just take a moment to chat. I'm a new content creator, so a lot of my people, I guess, they're not up this early. Oh my goodness, I'm trying to get my bag out of this. Gotta get my things out, set up myself. Let me see if I can find my little stand so I can put you on the stand and I can have my hands free. But I do enjoy this work as a court reporter, card provider. It can be tedious. Sometimes it can be boring. Sometimes it can be what we call, depending on your personality and what you're interested in. Sometimes it can be exciting, depending on the assignment. You can be sitting with someone in a ceremony, like a graduation ceremony, taking down all the speeches, which can be very enlightening and learning experience because people talk about different things. You can go to classes. Whatever your student is learning, you're learning right there with them. You just don't have to do the projects. You don't have to do the projects. You don't have to worry about handing in papers and stuff like that. I'm trying to see if I can find my, stop here. Anywho, I'm getting set up here. Let me show you guys. So I got my brand new bag. Let me open this, go out. This is my new bag I got from Stenograph because my other one, the zipper broke. So this one is very compact, but I have to put my wires in this bag and I have to put this in this bag because there's not enough room for it. I wish that they had, they have this little setting right here, which, you could put that on top, but who wants to be going down the street with that on top, right? If they had just made this up just a little bit higher and just maybe just a little bit wider. But I think the reason they made it this way is so that we could just bring this on the plane, be nice and compact on the plane. Now this is something I only use with my tray when I set up my tray for my students. I put this on top of this tripod and I place my computer on top. So, if I'm doing a deposition, I don't really need to bring this. So I could, I guess I could kind of try to work it out so I wouldn't have to have that bag, but you don't want to be putting too much stuff in your bag because then again, you have zippers ripping and breaking and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so this is the boring part when you're putting your equipment together. So I got my tray. So it's ready. Just put my computer in there. Right. We got come a long way with this technology. I remember when we didn't have laptops and computers were big and bulky. And there was no way you were going to be able to bring that on the train with you, that's for sure. All right, so while I'm waiting, I think I'm going to put my cord on, let's see, how much? It's 9:13. I may not have to put my cord in because usually I can get like up to 3 hours on power. Let's see, what am I looking for? Trying to get the machine out. My steno machine. Let's see if I can put you here. Put you here. I'll get my steno machine out. This is my steno machine. Yay! My trusty steno machine. And see that? And then we're going to open up these legs. So, I have my computer in front of me. My steno machine is right here in front of me like this. Or if my student, I work with my student, of course my computer won't be in front of me. It'll be to the side. So my student will be sitting in this chair, right, with the computer in front of her. And then I'm sitting right here with my steno machine like this. And I'm writing on my steno machine. So let's see if I can get some nice little shots of me writing on the steno machine. It's hard to find content. As a content creator, it's hard sometimes to find, the pictures of a steno machine. So I have to create my own. Okay, so we're gonna get our program on. Our technology has come a long way. I have to turn on my machine. How does someone write on a steno machine, right? And then the words show up on the computer. There has to be some type of connection. There has to be some type of connection. Either the connection is going to be wireless, remote, because you can put something where you can have something on machine. What do you call those things? Those little tiny things that communicate remotely with your computer. And what I have done is I use the trusted cord because those writing remotely, I found that I have to keep buying those things over and over again, that the things that you would connect your computer to your steno machine. And every time that would happen, I had to pay $300, $350. God knows what it is now. That was like over 10 years ago. Well, I should say over 5 years ago. So this is my cord. It's connected to the back of my steno machine right here. And then I'm going to connect it to my computer with my USB port. All right, so that's my USB port. Got that all set. Okay, so we got the machine. And also this screen allows me to read. Okay, I can read what I'm writing. As I'm writing, I look at my machine from time to time. I'm not looking at it continuously, but from time to time, I will look at my steno machine. And sometimes by looking at my machine every now and then, I can see maybe an error I made. And so sometimes, what I'll do is, if I'm right there at the error, I'll correct it. I'll just go back, hit my error key. There's an error key or erase key, erase the strokes, and rewrite it. So we can do that, okay? So I'm going to now show you my software. So this is my software, Eclipse. I am an Eclipse trainer. I do train people. So what I'm gonna do on my steno machine, I'm just gonna do a couple strokes here just to get some text going. And then I'm going to hit my real-time tab. These are icons on the top. And as you can see, now I have launched it. And what I have written on my machine, I can say, start with the first stroke on the machine. If I was, oh yeah, today actually I'm going to be sending my student the text because she's going to be presenting and I need to, she's hard of hearing, so I have to send her this transcript. So I'm just putting BR, that's Bridge, that's the software, it's real time, and the date. Okay, today is May 8th, 2025. So that's going to be the name of the file, okay? So I'm going to say, oh yeah, I have to put in a password, okay? Let me turn you. I'm going to put in my password. You don't need to see that because some of y'all very smart. Like, ooh, I know her password. And we're going to put into a room. All right, so we got my password in, the room number, and then I'm going to say, okay. And of course, they're checking me to see, make sure I have my support and all that good stuff. This right here, I can just center it or minimize it. And right here, they're copying that link that I'm going to send to my student. I say yes, and all I have to do is Control V. Those are the strokes I did before we were here. I'm going to do Control Y and get rid of that line. Control Y. Control. Where's Y at? Y. So I do Control Y, and it's going to get rid of that line. Isn't that beautiful? So now I'm going to do Control V, and it gives me two links. There's two links there. One is for in the room, and one is for the internet. So I'm going to send her this internet. I'm going to go on the internet, copy that link, and send that to my student so that when she's doing her presentation, she's going to be sitting right there in that chair. All the presenters have been sitting down. And the students come in, the professors come in, and they all walk around and look at the art. She'll sit in that chair, and then the teachers will ask her questions and comment on her art. Today's presentation day. All right, so let's see if we can get some. So today is presentation day, and I will send a file to my student. All right, so I just wrote that on the screen. Today is presentation day, and I will send a file to my student. Now you might say, what are those colors? These colors represent my conflicts. So right, the software picks the right thing in context. You know, at the very bottom, you can see what people can pick. I can pick 1, 2, or 3. Those are 3 choices. The system does a great job of making those. Now, when you're doing, when you're working with a student, right, you really don't want to have all those colors. So we want to make everything display one color. Also, we want to turn off in our, let's see, in our spell options, we want to turn off the proofreader and turn off the errors, because when we're writing real time, we do not want to have the student seeing different colors. See, now it's all one color. Students don't know what all that means, so they don't need to be seeing all those colors. It would be a distraction, all right? It would be a distraction to the student to see all those colors. And then with the proofreader option, you know, if there's a word spelled wrong, a red line comes under the words. We don't want the students seeing all that, okay? That's why we turn those things off. All right, so I'm just gonna see if I can do just a little bit more steno on my steno machine. Let me see, I'm gonna get this situated where, wait. Okay. Let me turn on some more lights. It's kind of dark in here. All right, looks like all the lights are on. All the lights are on.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm done. Hello, good morning. People coming in now. All right, guys, I'll see you. Check you later.
I'm
Bye.
very early.
You're very early. Okay. Let me see if I can do. Bye. See you in the next video.